Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard with me, Captain Andy D. And we're here in the beautiful island of Malaga in Spain. We're going to be flying from Malaga to Frankfurt's main airport. We're flying on this beautiful aircraft in front of us here, the Lufthansa Cargo Boeing 777-200 Foxtrot, which is the Bravo 77 Foxtrot PMDG version of the plane. Let's go ahead and jump on into the aircraft. Okay, so I'm going to be running through our pre-flight checks, so let's go ahead and put our fuel in. Our box fuel for the trip this evening is 33,000 kilograms. This gives us around 22%. So okay, our payload this evening is 222.2. Let's go for reserve fuel weights. That gives us roughly the right cargo. Just want to check this against my figures here. 48,453, 58, 66. Yep, that looks about right. Okay, so we've got our block fuel payload in, and now we're going to check out a few things. Our ground connections are all set and correct. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and make sure we can send and receive on our radio stacks. Very important, as we're going to ask for clearance delivery. And we'll place our TCAS to our standby frequency at 2000. I'll bring it back one for standby. And we also want the PA on speaker in the cabin. Okay, happy days. And we're going to go up there to the electrical panel. So I'm going to check our primary flight computers. On, guard closed, and thruster symmetry compensation is to auto, which it is. Our APU gen switch is to odd. Our cabin utility is to on, and our left to right bus side switches are closed. And the external power is running power to the buzzes. Backup generator switches are on to standby, and the generators are also on standby. APU selector at this moment is off. Go down and check our lights. Our nav light is on. Logo light, we'll place it on when we start up the aircraft. Cockpits lights are on auto. Emergency exit lights should be on and guard closed. Emergency exit lights are on and guard closed. Left to right pack switches are on and to auto to standby. And our ideas addressing system is to on. FMC initialization. And let me jump back down here and let's bring up the FMC. So, our first page, our ident page, gives us the model of the aircraft, gives us the General Electric 90s, 110,000 pounds of thrust, which is correct. Our current nav arc 1908, and the effective dates, which is correct for where we are now. So we're going to put in our location. So our location is Malaga. So as airport ICAO codes are, that is Lima Echo Mike Golf. Now we put that up here. And we're going to go down to the fourth down to the GPS position, which is this one here, and we're going to copy and paste, and then we're going to go to route. Again, we put in our destination, so Lima Echo Mike Golf for Malaga, into origin, and our destination is Frankfurt, so Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot in destination there, which is perfect. Leave these two blank, we're going straight to company route. Now if you've got SimBrief like I have already downloading Flight Planner, this will pick it up automatically where you store your files. So for me it's Lima Echo Mike Golf, that's our origin, and our destination Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot, destination, and place into company route. We're taking off our runway 13. Our meta this evening is we have got our ATIS received, our QNH is 1012, degrees is 28 degrees, but 2.20 visibility is all good, and we have 100 degree 12 knot wind, so runway 13 is ideal for takeoff. Our flight number today is Lufthansa Cargo 82. This time it's Lima on the way back. If you watched the flight on the way here, it was 82 Romeo. So we're Lufthansa Cargo, which is Golf Echo Charlie, 82 Lima, and that goes up here like this. Do not activate, so we're going to go to departure arrivals. And we want to put our SID in for departure, and today's SID is the Bailin 3 Charlie. So we go down to find the Bailin 3 Charlie, and it automatically gives us runway 13. Now that's okay, you could say the FMC is initialized at this point. Okay, but I also like to place in the arrival star information. So we're going to be arriving on the MPAX3 Whiskey. So we go back, there we are. And we're going to be arriving on runway 25 left. So ILS, we can use our ILS system. 25 left, which is here. Happy days. And I know for a fact we go via here. This is the last waypoint on the way through. So that is that set up. We go back to route. And then we can activate that part of the flight. So now the FFC is initialized. We can go to the performance initialization page. This is our gross weight, gives us the calculation of fuels, what cruising altitude we want, our zero fuel weight and any reserve. Well, we could PMD double click. This will give us our zero fuel weight, and then with our cargo weight, fuels, reserves, anything, it gives the gross weight of the aircraft as well. Okay, our reserves for this trip is 6,200 reserves. Cruising altitude today at 340 or 34,000 feet, flight level 340, and our cost index as always is 100 here for Lufthansa Cargo. Thrust limitation then, we're going to have a derated 10% climb takeoff, 97.3, let's expect 45 degrees, gives a 93.3 derated thrust. There's a takeoff page, we're going to flaps 15, and gives us a centre of gravity today of 29%, which gives us a trim up of 4.25 degrees. Safety speed where we can abandon takeoff V1 is set for 145, rotate and lift at 147, and our V2, our safe climb speed, is 153. We'll change that on to our MCP, a plus 30 will give us 183. That is a good safe climb speed. Let's change our barrows over, and we're going to change our QNH to 1012 and our standby instrumentation also to HPA. Okay, our takeoff page is correct. We're the first officers. Bring up the legs page. Now we're going to go through to make sure our legs is all good. We can do this for our planning phase as well. Let's range out there. So, next page. Okay, we can check there's no So a couple of things here, the DK for example, we want to be at 4,000, no higher, so that could go in there. So also, as it's only 3 miles away, I'm going to ask for it to be at 4,000, no higher at the previous. We'll look on the previous screen then, and we'll look at its calculations. That's going down nicely, 425627185. This one's actually above 4,000, so we'll leave that one. I will execute for now. Okay, so to me the flight is correct. We'll look at our progress page, and this will tell us we've got enough fuel for our destination, which is all good. Our VNAV is correct, transaltitude is correct for Malaga. Cruise 0.834 Mach is correct. Recommended 340, but we're at so that is all good. MPAX3 Whiskey for the descent. So we're all good there on our VNAV, and our progress page will keep that up there. So again, prior to start then we're going to look at a few other things. So we're going to go ahead and make sure our window heat's all on. So we have a look. Look up top. Okay, our window heat is all on. Happy days. Our primary left and right engine hydraulic pumps, which are these two, our power's on and there to standby because we're not actually using them just yet. Our electrical primary hydraulic pumps are to off, and all our demand pumps are to off. So our electrical and our air auto demand pumps are to off. Seatbelts and no electrical signs. Seatbelts can go on, and our electrics to auto. And go ahead and check our EC mode selector switches there. R2 normal, start switch is to normal, auto switch is available for start. Left fuel forward pump light is not extinguished because the APU is not running, so that is all correct for the fuel. Anti-ice is auto. Equipment cooling is correct and on. And our reset fans and ventilation is on up here. Flight deck control temperature switches are all in the auto position. Left and right pack switches, like I said, are on as a standby. Trim air switches, the valves are on and open already. Our left, centre and right isolation valves are auto, and our left, centre APU and right engine bleed switches are auto and on. Pressurization panel is set to auto in the 777. The FMC then has been programmed and is correct. Our MCP altitudes, we could change this to 34,000 feet. If ATC gives any altitude straits, we'll change that back. And we're taking off on runway 13, so that's 134 degrees for Malaga. So that's our MCP setup. Our flight directors could go on. And our LNAV and VNAV can be armed. Now, I'm just going to quickly jump over into the first officer's seats. It's my very technical camera. And change here. Everything is set up and is correct. Auto brake should be set to RTO, which is rejected takeoff. Brake speeder. Our comms panel and TCAS test is now to be set. So I'm going to quickly test the TCAS.
TCAS test. Pass.
Okay, I'm going to check the first officer's oxygen. He's good. And we're also going to check the fire system warning on engine 2. No action. And engine 1. No action. As expected. Okay. Our AD trim is set to 0, and we know our rudder trim is also to 0, so everything is good for me. I'm going to switch back over to my seat, and then we're going to check my oxygen supply. And we've got the support crew. We've actually got 2 passengers on board today's flight. We've got horses on our cargo manifest. Going from Spain to Germany. Go ahead and do the APU cargo fire tests. Is all correct and tested. Com radio panel then. We need clearance delivery for Malaga, which is 121.8. Bear with me 2 seconds. 121.880. So that should be 87, so we change that over there. And standby frequency for ground 121.705, so 121.705, so decimal 700. There we are, so that standby is ready there. I'll go through the tower in a few minutes. We could go back to map view now and down to 10. We want traffic on the first officer side and his field of view to be changed. Okay, so we're now going to ask for clearance delivery, then we'll go through the takeoff briefing. Good evening, Malaga clearance delivery. This is Lufthansa Cargo 82 Lima requesting IFR clearance to Frankfurt. We are 777-200 freighter at stand Whiskey 2 with information Romeo. Roger, clear to Frankfurt as filed. Expect runway 13 takeoff and Bailin 3 Charlie. Contact ground on 121.705 when ready for push to start for Lufthansa Cargo 82 Lima. Thank you and bye bye. Okay, so we've got our clearance delivery now. We want to start giving you our taxi and takeoff briefing. So for that, I'm going to bring up my charts. We're going to take off today. off runway 13. Just bear with me, sorry. Off runway 13. So we're going to go ahead and taxi. So we're going to go ahead and taxi where we are in the cargo stand. Literally, we're going to push back facing to the left of the screen. We're going to taxi down Bravo and slip onto Alpha, and then across to Alpha to Hotel November 3, and then we're going to hold there for our takeoff permission. And once that's given us, we're going to take off on runway 3 for the Bain 3 Charlie, and then from there we're going to climb on runway heading for around about 2 miles, and then we're going to swing a left straight up and out onto Bain VOR. I've just looked at something, so I'm just going to go back a minute to departure and arrival. We're actually going to take the Bain 3 Hotel because it's a lot better. It's a lot better routing. So just to let you know, I'll just go quickly through instead. There we are. Look, Bain and Anzans. So yeah, we want that route. It's basically the same route, so put it to there. Okay, thanks very much. We'll look through the plaza. Check this route here, so we step through. So it's okay there. Everything is where it should be, so that's so good. Okay, so sorry for that. I think it's correct. Let's go back to our views. Lovely jubbly. We need to do that as our takeoff briefing dictates us to. So we'll clear that up again. We're going to be out of here, pushing on nose left, taxiing on Bravo, fly Alpha to runway 13, holding for permission. On permission, we're going to take off on runway heading for about 2 miles, then swing a left turn up to Bain in VOR and continue on a route as programmed in the FMC. So our taxi and takeoff brief is completed. We're now going to get ready for our departure. So I'm going to go ahead and close the all the cargo doors, with the exception of the main door at the moment in time. We're going to bring on the APU. Okay, we selected the APU. I'm going to bring up the page. See when the APU is online. This will go green, and we could select it for a buzz. So while we're doing that, we can go ahead and all your demand pumps to on, hydraulic pumps, electrical pumps to on, and we can then power up all the fuel pumps also. They could go to the on position. Our beacon light could go on. Everything else is correct. What we're doing now is we're just prepping the aircraft ready for takeoff. We've got all the paperwork in. Thank you very much. And we're going to close now the main doors and get ready to arm the main doors. We're ready to take off there. Going to arm them. I'm going to return to our ground connections. Switch frequency there on the ground. I'm going to put our tower frequency ready, 118.5. Get that ready to go. Okay. Cockpit to ground. Yeah, hello ground, go ahead and remove all connected services, including air conditioning packs, electricals and wheel chocks. And so we can now remove these services here. Handbrake is on, ready for the chocks to be removed. We can go ahead and select the power has gone off, the APU is on the bus, so that's so good there. Better bring our status page up for the engine. Okay, still power has disconnected. Let's bring up add recall, please. Recall no items. Okay, we're going to go ahead and request push and start. The first thing I want to do is turn my nose left, and I want it to be 90 degrees, so I'm just putting that in there. And I also want to be the shortest possible distance according to PFGG's start and push. Clear left, clear rights. Okay, go ahead please and push and start.
And ground, cockpit.
Stop.
Go ahead, Captain.
We're just going to stop that a minute. Forgot I've got to request it first via ATC. Hello ground, this is Lufthansa Cargo 82 Lima. Requested push and start from stand Whiskey 2. Roger, push and start and face in left for Lufthansa Cargo 82 Lima. And go ahead now and start.
And ground, cockpit.
Go ahead, Captain.
We're all set to go up here. We've been cleared to push and start at your discretion.
Roger that, ready for push. Power and air are clear, doors closed. We are ready for pushback. Release parking brake, please.
Parking brake released.
Okay, parking brake is off, cleared to push.
Brakes off, here we go.
Go ahead and number 2 engine start selector to start. We've got a positive feed on number 2. Go ahead and place in the fuel control lever to run. And monitor the ECAS for a good engine start. Engine 2 is stable. Go ahead and start number 1. Engine at number 1 to start. Engine start number 1 start selector to start. Engine 1 fuel control lever to run. And we're running.
Push is complete. Set parking brake, please.
Roger, push is complete. I'm happy with the push. We're going to set our parking brake.
Alright, brakes are set and pressure's normal.
Okay, sir. Tow bar is off. Pin is out. Watch for the pin on the right.
Alright guys, thanks. You're cleared to disconnect. We will be watching for the pin and the release from guidance on the right side of the airplane, and we'll see you guys next time through.
Roger that. Have a good flight.
No, engine 1 is also stable. Do overhead checks for the engine. So, we're just going to go ahead and check our left to right generator is producing the electricity, which it is, which produces onto the transformers, to the batteries and to the buzzers. So we go ahead and kill the APU. Fault light will flash on and off. That's just letting us know it's disconnected and off from the buzzer. It's totally normal. Then check our window heats, emergency services, and also our hydraulic and panel. Signs is all good. Logo lights can now go on. Anti-air to auto. Fuel distribution is correct. Fuel injection is all got close start switches. And fire distribution is also correct. Air conditioned. So pressurization panel is correct. Left to right and AP bleeds are as expected. Our isolation valves are to auto, and our packs are to standby at the minute because the engine's still just turning, so we'll get to the driver flow in a minute. So what we can go ahead now is select our flight control screen, and we want flaps 15, so let's place our flaps to 15, which we are doing. hold down when the flaps are in position. I'll hold down there. Our packs are now into the auto position, which is all good. Our trim, just checking, is 4.25. Go ahead and put our horizontal stabilizer trim to 4.25, which is correct. So our trim is correct. Okay, I'm going to do our flight controls. So we're going to look at this display here. We're going to carry out to do our flight controls. We're going to go full left, full right, control surfaces to neutral. It is correct. And horizontal stabilizer check. Full up, full down, and control surfaces to neutral is correct. Door page to on. Door page has been selected. Taxi lights on. Runway turn-offs can go on. And recall, please. Recall is selected. Okay, so get Malaga ground. This is Lufthansa Cargo 82 Lima requesting taxi to runway 13. Let's go ahead and taxi to runway 13 via Bravo Alpha. Hold short over to Hotel November 3 for Lufthansa Cargo 82 Lima. Okay, so we'll go ahead now and we'll a little bit of power to thrust onto the aircraft there to get us going. And release the brakes. And let's go ahead and taxi to runway 13. And go out of here straight to Alpha and all the way up as directed. So as soon as we hit here is Bravo. Okay. I'm just going to go across the tarmac. So what we want is to be this side. It's not a true turn, this one, so it's a little bit of a short turn. Malaga's quite a tight little turn there. Let's just put the aircraft around central now. Central. Okay, good. This is the cabin speaking. Please prepare for takeoff. Make sure your seat belts are fastened. Trays in the upright position, and any equipment is stowed in the overhead cabin bins provided, or in the lockers or under your chairs. Now let's go ahead and place a transponder mode to TARE. No much traffic anyway. Expected to be first out this evening, so it's a clear sky here in Malaga, which is okay. Go ahead and kill the throttles to idle. Right around to our stopping point now. Fine. On this round to the end one. Okay.
Approaching. 1-4.
Roger, 1-4. Okay, landing lights to on, please. Strobe lights to on. I'm ready for the takeoff. Go ahead and shoot to tower. Malaga Tower, this is Lufthansa Cargo 82 Lima. We are ready. Runway 13, holding short. Roger, clear for takeoff. Runway 13. Lufthansa Cargo 82 Lima. I'm just going ahead and turning a bigger plane on the runway. You don't want to use lots of the runway.
On runway. 1-4.
Warming the spools up to 40. Is correct. Toga is set. Throttle matching. Runway correction. $100.
V1.
V1
Rotate.
rotates.
V2.
Bit of a crosswind there, I do apologise. Positive rate then, gear up. Positive rate and gear up. Auto brake is set to off. Showing the aircraft. Showing aircraft. Which was good. Bit of scenery in Malaga there. Flaps up. Roger, flaps up. Speed brakes is off. Autopilot's on. Clean up. Taxi lights off. Runway turn off lights are off. And lights are still off. Goes on there, Spain. Lower DU could go off. Let's do 5,000. It's in transition now to resetting barrow. Barrow is reset to standard. Time 1 is good. Roger, that's selected. Everything is looking good. Hot at the legs. Let's come by around now. Beautiful evening in Malaga. Time's actually 4:30. System correction time. It's really 5:30 given that UK is in summertime now. Just the computer is cannot change it for some reason. It's like the PC, it's either PMDG or Lockhart Martin that it struggles with. A lovely coastline here. So we're going past 10,000. I'm going to select the landing lights to off. Range 160. And straight run up now, past Reed and up to the Baden VOR. Nice steady climb. The reason why we selected a derated climb 1 this evening is because we've got 3 horses on board. 2 of them are pregnant mares. So that's the beautiful island there. Lovely. I love leaving the coast of Spain and Malaga. The views lovely, and the sea is lovely as well, calm this evening. The holiday makers down here will be enjoying their holidays. Okay, so at this stage now we're going to start cleaning up the panels. So we want to set the MCP to our FMC control. We're going to select the heading that we're following. The Baden should be about 20 degrees, which is what we're doing. Okay. So, to my left hand side, right hand side you can't see, I'm just setting up my navigraph. And that is setting it up now for my flights. Turn it what flight I'm on. Import from SimBrief. Yes please. I'm climbing to cruiser, and now it's been selected. Changing my view. There we go. So everything's looking good there. I go to my approach side, it's Frankfurt, Empire 3 Whiskey, LS 25. And go ahead and place the finals in. Set en route. There we go. Okay. So we're coming up now, 18,000 feet passing, so that's a good altitude. We could knock off the logo lights at this altitude. Given the fact that we're still at 2,700 feet climb a minute, I'm going to keep the seatbelt signs on even though we've got good weather. We are quite straight, so okay, let's turn off the 20,000. Let's turn off the seatbelt signs so that at least the vets can tend to the horses if required. I'm just putting a flight details into my Navigraph, so I do apologise. You don't want to be seeing the lower overhead. Yeah, scenery's getting good. Okay, so we're going to join me for the descent. Join me for the descent and landing then into Frankfurt, where we'll go over the route in and where we are now. So what's left for me is I'm going to fly over Spain, through southern France, through Switzerland, and we're going to go up to Germany there, and you know, that's our route for today. So join us on the descent and landing, part of the Malaga flight back to Frankfurt. Thank you and bye bye. Oh, very good evening. From the flight deck, it's the captain speaking. We're about to start our descent into Frankfurt main airport. The weather at the moment into Frankfurt is 22 degrees. We have a wind about 4 knots from the south, and our visibility is good this evening. So we're going to start to prepare for our descent. Reset the MCP. Langham radar. Good evening, Langham radar. This is Lufthansa Cargo 82 Lima with you. We are inbound to Ladal. Requesting descent please to altitude 4000. The MPAX 3 Whiskey approach into Frankfurt. Descent to flight level 150, expect altitude 4000. Lufthansa Cargo 82 Lima. There we are, so we're now beginning our descent part of the flight. We're just going to put the tower frequency into here. And start by in about 10 miles time. We have a checklist to run through. Yeah, so let's go through the checklist. So into the descent, we're going to check preparation, our FMC arrival. Everything is correct there. I'm going to check my radio page. According to my charts, make sure my frequency and my course match up, which it does. We're going to check everything is good there. Top descent is coming into play. That's good. MCP altitude has been reset to an altitude hold level 4000. And that is it for a few minutes. Bringing our throttles back to idle, preparation for the descent. There we are, reducing our speed. Zoom back out, see whereabouts we are. We're also going to set our flaps 30 landing speed, 143 plus 5, so 148 will be our VRF approach speeds as we're descending now into Frankfurt. A lovely night shine dusk over Germany itself. Everything is okay as of now. And the auto brake we'll do a little bit later. The approach briefing, then we're coming down on the MPAX 3 Whiskey via Delta Foxtrot 616, where we're going to turn on the left, then left again, line up for runway 25 left this evening. From 25 left, we're actually going to 25 left. We're actually gonna taxi. Taxi off hopefully Mike 21 or 27 onto Mike, and then up Yankee 1 onto Yankee, and right turn onto Lima, and then up to the cargo centre for November 14. The other option is Mike 21 to Mike 30, cross runways 7 Charlie, 25 Charlie, for Lima 17 and up through November 14 that way, depending on what runway we've got left at that time. So there we are. We're just descending now. Our VNAV, now our path is correct. No need to worry, just slightly. And 30,000 feet. We've got to just keep a listen out now for ATC instructions. They might, just pick this up. They might well give us vectors when we get to this point here. Don't know if you guys see it. So as we're coming out of Zorbo, basically we come down to a VOR called Char. Then we're going to swing a right, and then come back on a left again, and down is the runway. And the map's a bit cluttered to see that in a minute. There we go. So we'll come down here. Left again, and down into the runway there. Too many squiggles, as you can see. That's roughly around 80 miles time, so start seeing that. One thing you can do on the approach is go to your legs page, go to your last page there, go to the runway, select the runway, go to fix, and to help assist us with the fix, we'll put /5 /15. This is a distance to the airport, to the runway threshold. Basically that's going to help us slow down the aircraft when required to, so that's what that's going to do. Whilst descending, obviously auto throttle is still working, so other 777 keep it to idle. Obviously real life you guard the throttle all the way down, so you can't do that. Just check, a nice sun shine through the flight deck at the minute, sunset over to our left hand side. I've got our logo lights back on, so we don't forget about them. We'll just follow the descent checklist now. So we're actually now on our star phase of the flight. That's our standard transition arrival route plate. And if you want to follow this flight, we're actually following the star, which is MPAX 3 Whiskey. There we are. as you're aware, we're descending to our final destination, and you just keep an eye on your profile, making sure that you keep on your VNav and your LNAV paths, and you can also take the beautiful scenery wherever you're flying to, which is all good. There's nothing major to do yet in the flight deck as far as flows and checks are concerned. You can go through your checklists, just double check obviously your radios, your altimeter references, any recent META reports, request any if you want. Keep an eye on your timings and listen out for ATC. Any de-icing that's required, so we need to inflate any boots on the wings, or the engine needs de-icing, you know, just keep an eye on your various stage of flight to keep on top of the aircraft. It's basically what we're doing. On my left screen I've got the live weather, my virtual airline client tracker open. On my tablet to my right I've got my moving map, so I know exactly where I am. Coming in to the transition there, so everything's very good at this point. Roger, cleared to altitude 4000. Continue on the Impact 3 Whiskey. Approach into Frankfurt. Contact tower on 118.750 when established. Lufthansa Cargo 82 Lima. Thank you and bye-bye. Just had our clearance full there. We could carry on and follow our transition approach. They're quite happy for us to do this, fire transition and approach into Frankfurt. We are number 2 for flight. I forgot to read that back. Just careless of me. So we're actually number 2 for landing on this. That's probably why we're allowed to continue on the approach, and the fact that we're cargo rather than civilian commercial flight. Gives a little bit of, let's concentrate too much on us. And normally we would be probably directed onto stand 170 where we're landing in Frankfurt. However, we've got livestock on board today, so we'll be directed no doubt straight to the hangar and prepare for vets and quarantine for the horses and check over after flight. Let's go for the approach brief and then obviously Impact 3 Whiskey onto the finals from Delta Foxtrot 616. We are then get down to 4,000 feet, intercept the glide scope. Our minimums are 200 radio. And actually a bit of a auto approach today. Our missed approach will be to climb straight ahead on one-way heading, and then we'll intercept the radio 243 to Charlie VOA. So I'll climb and maintain 5,000 feet, so that's important. Yeah. Hello. Sorry for no speaking for a little while there. Funny thing happened. My daughter's chinchillas got out of the cage, so I had to go rescue rescue them as well. So we're multi-talented here on the flight deck. So as you can see, we're coming into Charlie VOR, which is yeah. Let's swing our right-hand turn down the main approach here. But it's 10,000 feet there. Want our landing lights to go on. Got seatbelt signs on there as well. I'm actually going to reset our barrow at this altitude, 1012, which was correct. We could check that again quickly, which we have done. 1012. We've got a wind at 4 knots from just south direction, 170 degrees. Our scene visibility is okay. Temperature is 21 degrees, dew point 13. QNH 1012, no further restrictions. That's not too bad at all. So we're holding this altitude coming in. That's okay. Beautiful sky. More than comfortable now. Ran up and down the stairs. Chinchillas are cute creatures. We've got a cat as well. We don't want them to have a fight. So okay. Right, let's get on top of the headed. I'm not been here. 285. NCP. Okay, that's speed brake set to 3. Frankfurt Airport is directly ahead of us at the minute. Should have fly away from it. Been here on the ATC that there was a light aircraft in front of the aircraft that we're following. They've just had a go around. Hopefully that aircraft will be able to slot in between, because I was second for landing. There's a Airbus in front of us, so they'll be able to slot in front of us, hopefully. I'm just listening to the vectoring now, and it sounds that that's what they're trying to do, which is okay. I can slow down a little bit earlier if need be. At the minute we'll stay the speed. So, I need to. Any due tension on the aircraft yet? Okay. Roger, reduced to 220 knots for Lufthansa Cargo 82 Lima. We're told to reduce our airspeed, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm just turning. Happy days there. So what I'm doing now is listening out to ATC. I'm just going to have a quick check. I've got a checklist as well that I use on my left hand side. Transition altitude. Set auto brake approach briefing has been done. So we're all good up to London. So let's bring that Navigraph back up. Roger, reduced to 10 knots for Lufthansa Cargo 82 Lima. sun set directly behind us now. Oh, fuck. And actually I'm going to match the speed for Fluxual, so I would normally start doing the 220 until this turn up here on the approach. If we look on the MD, I would normally start going from 220 here, and then from 220 I'll be reducing from this point here to 180, and then from the 15 mile mark I'll be going down to gear flaps 15 gear down, and then reducing for finals at that point there. But as we've been directed to slow down and match our throttle slightly there, that's what we're going to do. Sounds like a light training aircraft. It's a this is a type Cessna there, so it's okay. Go ahead and make us as visible as possible, so all lights are on for landing. Everything else is good to go. The Airbus now is established. Well, that's 25 for left, so established just ahead of us. And the Cessna is established 25 centre. That's good. I'm matching the head in there. Just into Frankfurt there. Let's go flaps 5 speed, please. That's 57418. Speed check. Speed check 180. Final bit of cloud layer coming in there. Select our show it correct our path there. It's looking good. Okay, we're going to deploy some speed brakes there. Let's get back onto the path. A little bit high. Check again the meta on approach. Okay, the wind's much the same. It's dropped to 3 knots directly from the south, 180 degrees. Senior visibility is okay and confirmed. Temperature is 20 degrees, dew point 13, QNH still 1012. Our decision height is 200 radio, which is standard, which is set for ILS approach. We're over, well over 1,000 off profile, but hopefully we'll be alright. Airport is in sight. Let's go flaps 15, please. Down. Our profile there starting to come back in. That's good there. Gear is down. Gear is indicated down. Let's check the gear page. Read it open, so that's a display problem there. That's okay. It's going up for sight there. BRS speed 143, 148 for a final. What's that? Oh, yeah, flaps 20. The slopes are live. Grass slopes are live. 148 selected for final approach speed. That's 25. Let's go captured. Flaps 30. Good evening, Frankfurt, this Lufthansa Cargo 82 Lima. We're established coming for runway 25 left. Please now runway 25 left, thank you. This needs to be quite a foolproof landing today because we've got cargo, precious cargo on board. We've got the 2 pregnant mares and the stud, I think they're called, as a male horse. Don't know much about horses. Okay, so I'm just getting into a good view now, position for landing. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. Business end of the flights. I'm aiming to come off at Mike 21 and then hopefully little onto Mike across the 30 and let's get to the hangar. Check 2500. I'm in two minds whether to let the auto land. I think I'm going to land it myself this evening. It's coming in here. Yeah, 2-5 left. Anyway, sides 2 by 2 reds. We're on profile as indicated by our PFD. Sounds really cleared us to land. Land 3 is enunciated onto the PFD with rollouts of flare in white. That's a marker reached.
Approaching 2-5 left.
Flight director's off.
Approaching runways.
Auto throttles off.
400.
300, check.
300.
200.
200.
Continue.
100. 50. 30. 40. 20. 30. 10. 20.
Coming off runway. Once our brakes off. Landing lights off, strobe lights off. GEC is off. Here to start. 21. Okay, flaps still. Go up to M30. So that's where we're turning up. Traffic ground is Lufthansa Cargo 82 Lima, vacated runway for holding point and Mike 30. We'll continue taxi Mark 30, crossing 7 Charlie. Taxiway in Lima, November 14. To Cargo Centre.
Approaching 0
Lufthansa Cargo 82
7
Lima.
left.
just now coming into the position. So we're actually going to be holding off onto this side for the vets. Just here. Turn off the taxi lights. Stop. My parking brake. APU is running. Let me go ahead and cut off the fuel levers. Seatbelt signs. No electrics to off. Beacon lights and nav lights on. Logo lights off. All exterior lights are off. Our demand pumps to off. Electrical pumps to off, and all fuel pumps are to off. Fire director switches to off and APU as required. Okay. DS addressing system to off. Okay, now let's get the ground connection set, wheel truck set, ground power connected. Cockpit ground connected for power. Selecting power, thank you very much. Exit guard down, empty doors, main decker disarm, full cargo doors and main doors. Emergency exit lights to off, APU to off, left to right pack switches to off. So let's switch to off and battery to off, and we have arrived. Thank you for coming aboard this evening.